Not much firing, not much hiring either. The latest unemployment report shows that the jobless rate remained steady at 9.7% for a second straight month. And Labor Secretary Hilda Solis now joins us. Welcome, Madam Secretary. Thank you very much. So it's sort of a kind of good news, not great news, but good news. It's static. The long-term unemployment rate is still very high, entrenched. What is your assessment of the economy right now? Well,
I agree with you that it certainly needs to improve, but I do see a stabilizing effort being made there, because in the last 3 months we've actually seen job losses go down. If you remember back a year ago when I first started my job, we were losing 700,000 jobs and more, and now we're down to, this number, which shows that we're making some improvement, but not enough, because there's still a high number of people that are out of work. So we have a lot of work to do still, and we're not going to stop until we start adding jobs to the economy.
Now, there was some concern that the job loss, it was 36,000 jobs in the last month, would be as high as 50,000 jobs, particularly because of the horrendous weather, the February storms. It wasn't that bad. Still, this could be revised upward down the road. We could hear next month that it really wasn't as good as we think it is now.
We met with the BLS this morning, and they told us that it was very hard to come up with some hard figures on what the impact of the storm had, but we do know that many facilities were closed. Here in Washington, the town came to a shutdown, and so we do know that there was some impact there. But again, I would say that because of the efforts of the Recovery Act and other mechanisms that are in play, we have seen kind of a moderate stabilization of job loss. So I do want to point that out, and also GDP in the last quarter was 5.9%, which is very good. It's a good indicator, but we still have to bring that big unemployment number down, and part of our effort is by giving tax relief and credits to small businesses and putting an infusion of money in hopefully a bigger job package for infrastructure development, for transportation, railway, renewable energy jobs, and also methods of creating more manufacturing opportunities in hybrid vehicles, wind turbine engines, and different things of that nature that I think could really help put our economy back in the right direction.
Of course, the pace of all this getting out into the real economy is one of the issues. One of the things that Christina Romer was talking about on the Daily Rundown earlier at 9 o'clock was the lagging problem in local government employment. Let's watch.
I noticed in the local employment, local government employment, that was one of the big negative numbers, and especially local education. And I think that really is emphasizing how our state and local governments are still struggling with very tight budgets.
The state and local governments really are at a terrible pace of job creation, and they've got real problems. The stimulus money still trying to wind its way to them.
Partly true, because I know that much of the money has already been encumbered for many of the statewide transportation projects that could be of help. We know we have to provide support, though, for state and local government, and that's something that keeps resonating with the different constituencies and stakeholders that we talk to. And we know we have to do something to help provide assistance, more assistance for small business. One of the things we're talking about also is on the job training, where we pick up the tab for job training, and the employer doesn't have to use that money and can hopefully hire up more people. So we're looking at new innovative things that we could try to help provide support to get that jump start in the economy going.
Secretary Solis, what about the jobless benefits? And we know that there was a big hang-up, which finally got resolved on the Senate side, on long-term insurance, and more people were furloughed and more people really suffered. Right. How is that now moving through the system?
Well, that is a temporary relief, but we do need to see an extension of unemployment benefits, and also COBRA. COBRA is very important for people who lost their jobs and can still remain covered with health care assistance. So we know that those two items have to continue to be approved again, and I'm certain that there'll be another jobs package that will come together both on the Senate and the House side that will be addressed.
All right. Thank you very much. Labor Secretary Hilda Solis, thank you so much on the day when the unemployment number came out, and again, steady at 9.7.